that wasn't a good idea. Hello, it is Creature, and today we're going to be talking about Noita. This is a game where every pixel is simulated. What does that mean? Well, they can explode, fall, catch fire, conduct electricity, and kill you. Graphically, this game is very simple, and it works very well. It has a sort of an 8-bit style, and unlike most games that opt for this kind of style, it actually serves a function. It fits in with the style of delving into unknown ancient ruins, uncovering lost secrets, that sort of thing. But we're going to be putting story aside for now. The music in this game is extremely good. It matches the mood and the feeling of everything going on. Have a listen. So, before I go into everything that I can make heads or tails out of, I just want to say that 90% of the people who play this game will never see a solid 90% of this game. The world map is huge. How big? This big. It's massive. There's so much beyond just the dungeon or the mountain which you spawn in front of. But just showing you this map already spoils a lot of the game. So, if you want to avoid any actual spoilers, go here. Are we good? Excellent. Okay, so here's what you need to know about the story. Got all that? No? Well, it's very cryptic. But in order to understand this story, we're going to need to kind of delve into the deep side of our caveman brains and start thinking from there. A big bird came and landed on a tree and laid 3 eggs. The first one of those fell off and cracked and it started bleeding. That's what created life. And the second egg hatched and made the mountains, snow, and ice, as well as fire, warmth, and nature. So it made nature and the order of things, but it also created magic, which gave objects in the world their properties. For instance, it gave gold its value and mud its muddiness. It also gave everything a soul too, I think. Magic is like chaos and nature is like order, so magic and nature fight a lot, I think. And then finally, the third egg, it made technology, which gave animals the ability to use tools, which all of these different little factions can be seen in the game, where the later you go on, you see more things using technology. Yeah, it's very cryptic. So what are you as a character doing? Well, you're trying to figure out the Philosopher's Stone. And by that, I mean figure out a way to turn everything into gold. And there are a ton of secrets in this game, as well as a ton of ways to actually quote-unquote beat this game. It is a roguelike, so you will be dying and starting over a lot, but there's so many different secret ways besides just delving as far down as you can in order to win. For instance, one part that I will tell you is that you can go to the moon, and yes, the moon is made out of cheese, but you can turn everything into salt, or turn everything into gold, or just destroy everything. It's very weird. Okay, so with the story-ish part out of the way, this is a roguelike. First, you will die. You will die over and over and over again and have to start over and over and over. However, unlike a lot of the other roguelikes that we see out today, there are no unlocks. And there's no change in difficulty. All that can be found is the hardness of the areas of the world that you are in. In this game, you'll descend into many different levels, first being the mines, then the caves, then yada yada yada, a whole bunch of stuff after that. At the end of each one of these areas, you'll find a portal that will take you to the Magic Mountain. The Magic Mountain is essentially your home or your hub area. In this area, you'll be able to regen your health, buy new wands and upgrades for your wands, as well as buffs that can make or break an entire run. Each one you find will have different stats like rate of fire, mana consumption, that sort of thing, as well as the different spells that they will spawn with. They can also be retroly fitted out with new spells that you can take off of some wands and then put onto others, so you can kit out your own playstyle. You can be a precision sniper, a demo man, or a wand-wielding Rambo. You also have a bit of levitation, which allows you to fly around, but it does go away quickly and it comes back just as quickly. Also, there's no fall damage. But getting back to wands, there are a whole bunch of different spells, from shooting little green magic bolts to firing magic missiles, explosions, black holes, anything you can really think of. There is hundreds upon hundreds of different spells and combinations that you can come up with. There are a lot of enemies in this game. From just your normal monsters and slimes to full-on mech turrets, wizards, and dudes with guns. So you got your standard zombies, slimes, plants, and spiders. The mages are mages. They got fire, ice, water, whatever. And then finally you got the tech enemies, which are called the Hissy, or the Hissy, I don't know. Everything in this game is Swedish. But these guys will start off shooting you with shotguns and tossing dynamite at you until they progress to having force fields, ray guns, drones, jetpacks, essentially becoming tanky, roided up Astartes. Each floor you're going to go to will become progressively more and more difficult, and you'll need to kit out your wand accordingly. You'll eventually get to the last floor where you'll fight the final boss, and that's the game. Overall, you just need to be smart, and the game gets easier with each loss as you personally, as the player, become more skilled. There are also daily runs that will give you a solid seed for each day, and that's pretty much it when it comes to the gameplay. This is a really good game that you can easily sink hundreds of hours into. And there's a lot more that I would have really liked to go into, but I legitimately cannot wrap my head around where I would even start. This is by far one of the harder scripts I've had to write, even though this is going to be coming out to be one of the shorter review videos that I've made. And that's mainly because the game looks so simple on the surface that there's a lot that I really couldn't go into without fully spoiling the game, even in the spoiler section. So if you really want to see all of the weird and wacky stuff that this game has to offer, buy it and play it for yourself. Final score, I'm going to give this game a solid 8 out of 10, so go get it. It's currently $20 on Steam, and it does go on sale occasionally. If this looks like something you want, go get it. If not, well, there's always the Steam seasonal sales. This is by far one of my shorter ones, as I really didn't want to fluff it up too much, but I have a few more coming down the pipeline, and by a few more, I mean an actual list coming down the pipeline. Up next is going to be Streets of Rogue, another roguelike, but after that, we'll see what I decide to do. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.